part of a series of themed events, Phi Campus organised a workshop on financial instruments for enhancing the competitiveness of small and medium-sized enterprises. The event was based around sharing practical and technical experiences from people involved with designing and implementing financial instruments that support business competitiveness in Northern Ireland and Estonia.
I think it's really important. An event like this brings together managing authorities, intermediate bodies, fund managers who are looking to support the growth of SMEs, particularly through ESIF funds. Our particular funds are ERDF. Invest NI has been involved in this type of activity since 2010. We built up some experience in that period. We're happy to pass that experience on to others. When we go to events, we like to learn, we like to get extra guidance, we like to listen. But as well, you have to have someone who's presenting, so therefore we're happy to come along and present and share our experience with others. It's really important right from the start that there's a market need that's been identified. Having identified that market need, got to make sure that fund managers are procured in a fully open and transparent manner in line with the OG requirements. It's also very important if you're going to use ESIF funds and financial instruments that you carry out an ex-ante assessment, which in itself will also develop and generate the market need and demonstrate why the ESIF funds should be put towards it.
It's always very useful to learn from each other's experiences and try to do even better. For example, in our experience is that financial instruments could bring more leverage and more impact if they are implemented correctly or efficiently. For example, in case of Gredex, previous period, government gave Gredex 24 million euros structural fund resources in order to provide guarantees for the benefit of small and medium-sized enterprises. And thanks to this 24 million euros, companies received bank loans in the amount of 800 million euros.
The workshop was attended by stakeholders from 17 EU member states, which provided a useful mix of know-how and interest concerning financial instruments for enhancing the competitiveness of small and medium-sized enterprises.
Yeah, the case study particularly was for Northern Ireland and the creation of the ecosystem for financial instruments there. And really the best thing that was for me that I gained from this morning is actually how they managed to, they succeeded actually to overwhelm this gap between the two programming periods and starting actually implementation of the financial instruments actually in the previous programming period, also engaging some national funding and then preparing everything for the next programming period and actually introducing the ERDF funding on later stage, which was really incredible and it's something that could be for sure named as a best practice. Yeah, the best thing is that, for example, coming from managing authorities, really sharing experience from different countries is really something that is the best value for us, because we have common problems, common issues that need to be solved. So it's really important to see how the colleagues from other countries manage to solve these problems and issues and what are the solutions. Of course, not all of them are particularly can be implemented in our case, for example, but yeah, it's a source of ideas for sure.
We came here, of course, because we saw the agenda, and for us in Sweden it looked very interesting. And I think the presentation today was very well prepared, and for us it was very useful to hear how they implemented the FIs in Ireland and all the struggles that they had. And I can see that we have the same, a lot of the questions are the same as well. And also at an occasion like this, it's really good to get to know these people. So we had some questions asked in the room, but also we will absolutely give them a call again, and when we look through all the slides and see if we have more questions, we will contact them again. And that, I think it's really good with these occasions, that we get to know other people around the EU that are doing the same things that we are doing in Sweden.
Further information about this event is available through the Phi Campus website's past event pages.